Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you, as a Shalom. Lord willing, this blessing is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. I just want to touch on a quick subject about, humility, man. All right, because we can't be too prideful, about anything. Really, the only thing we could take pride in is knowing that the Lord loves us, man. At the end of the day, we go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, starting at verse 23. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. Right? Because wisdom, strength, wisdom and strength and riches, man, those things will make people prideful, man. All right? The scripture says knowledge puffeth up, man. When you think you know something, right? When you think you got it all, man. When you think you're the strongest, man, it puffs you up, man. But you got to remember that at the end of the day, you didn't get that on your own. All of that was given to you, man. All right? John chapter 3 says how a man can receive nothing unless he receives it from heaven, man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right? So there's no reason to take pride in that, man. All right? Jeremiah 9 and 24. But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord. All right. That's one thing we could take glory in, man. We could take glory in our power, man. We could take pride in our power, man. All right, but we can't take we shouldn't be prideful about anything else, really, man. Because at the end of the day, things of this world all amount to vanity, man. Because everything is going to be destroyed, man. Even the way of life, man. All these things are going to come to naught, and when the day of the Lord returns, man. All right, but Proverbs 22 and 4, by humility and fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. Right, humility, man. Taking the low, all right, not putting yourself on a pedestal, right. If you want to, you should be in a mindset of praising yourself, right. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, man. All right? I'm not saying not to be confident, not to have a godly confidence, but being prideful, man, is a fine line, man, and that's a line you really don't want to step over, man. All right, but this lesson is really speaking to myself first and foremost because, Jake been feeling like on another level, man. All right, but it's always good to remind myself that really I'm just a worm, man. At the end of the day, when we go into the word humility in the blue letter, it says humility, meekness, right? Humility, the definition, a modest or low views of one's own importance, humbleness, right? Because the Lord doesn't need us, man. The Lord don't need me, man. All right? But the Wadi Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, I'm part of that number. He chose me, man. All right? And again, that's the power of the Lord too, man. The ability to choose who you want, and use them in your own purpose, man. For your own, to make them do whatever you want them to do. And that's really the power of the Lord, man. Because everybody on the planet Earth really is subject to the power, man. Right? Even if you realize it or not, because we don't have free will. We don't even think our own thoughts, man. All right, so that's that. How can I be prideful against a power like that, man? That's Esau Edom. That really takes pride to that next level, man. And thinks they can contend with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. All right, we go jump over to the book of James, chapter 4. James 4 and 6. But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he saith, Most High resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. All right. The Lord resists the proud, man. The Lord stays away from pride, man. Sirach talks about how pride is hateful before the Most High and man. Nobody likes a proud ass nigga, man. Shit, nobody likes anybody that's overly proud, man. And that's one of the reasons why Esau Edom is hated all through the four corners of the earth, man. Esau Edom talking about the so-called white man. All right. Verse 7, submit yourselves therefore to the Most High, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Right. You know, it takes humility to submit yourselves, man. Really, it's the wisest thing to do, to submit yourself to Yahweh Shem Shai. But, you know, fools hate knowledge, man. All right. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you, man. All right. We got to fight the good fight, man. Resistance really equals strength, man. The more you resist, the stronger you get. Just like going to the gym, man. The more weight you can resist, the stronger you are, man. All right. Verse 8, draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning, and your joy to heaviness. All right. It's better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, roughly paraphrasing, man. Because what is there to be really happy about when your ass is in captivity, man? What is there to really celebrate, right? Of course, you know, there's a time and season for everything. But hey, this is a war. We are on the front lines of a spiritual battle, man, of a spiritual warfare, man. All right, and just because it's spiritual doesn't mean brothers can't get hurt. Doesn't mean brothers can't lose their lives, man. Because Scripture talks about there will be martyrs for Yahweh Shai's sake, man. All right, so just because it's not a carnal warfare, we're not picking up weapons. This is still the front lines of Yahweh Shem Shai's army, man. All right, and that's nothing to be proudful about too, man. You could take pride in it, but it's nothing to boast yourselves about too, man. Because just like the Lord gave us a spirit, he could take it away from us as well, man. So really can't be prideful in that too. All right, verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Right. And that's what we're hoping for, man. We're praying for a day for the Lord to lift us up. All right. Lift us up out of that dunghill. Lift us up out of captivity. Lift us up out of this flesh, man. These spiritual chains of darkness, man. All right. Hey, because once we get those new spiritual bodies, man, that's another form of being lifted up, man. All right. Let me jump over to the book of Luke, chapter 14. Luke 14:11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Right. Humility will take you a long, long way, man. Not only with Yahweh Shem Yahshai, but even in the world too, man. If you don't lift yourself up, people, you know, will take credit or will take heed to that, man. All right. And this is why, you know, even though in sports, the showmanship and the arrogance is really part of the show. It helps to sell tickets. It helps engage viewers. But you got to think about it. Even people like Floyd Mayweather, when they brag a lot, right, people tend to hate him, right? Even though Floyd Mayweather is technically one of the best fighters of all time, right? People still hate him because how prideful he is, man. But because of his pride, people pay to watch just to see if he will lose, man. So of course, in sports, it's twofold because again, people are doing it just to show, just to sell tickets, so people can watch them lose. But that prideful, it does cause people to be hated, man. All right, a lot of athletes are hated because of how prideful they are. Even like LeBron James. LeBron James was hated when he came to Miami because he promised 6, 7, 8 rings or something like that, man. All right, he got proud. He got proud, man. All right, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 1, and verse 29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Right, be mindful of what you say, man. Really, this a saying in the world that says think twice before you talk. That's a true saying, man. You really gotta think before you speak, man. And because the tongue will get you in a lot of trouble. But I guess, of course, we're in this flesh as well. It's impossible to rule the tongue 100%, man. We're all gonna slip with our tongues, man. All right. There's one that slipped with his tongue, but not of his heart, man. You can have a slip of the tongue, but as long as you correct yourself, say slaki, apologize, because the tongue is a little member, but it's not an easy member to rule. It's a little member of the body. All right, but it's one of the most difficult to rule over, man. Sirach 1:30, exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. All right, because again, when you lift yourself up in pride, people will watch you and wait and pray for you to fall, man. All right, and it's only going to be more shameful upon you, man. All right, exalt not thyself lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. All right. And you got a lot of people that know that they're Israelites, right? A lot of people out here that's teaching, a lot of false prophets out here that's teaching and lifting themselves up when they teach, man. And what's going to happen? Lest they repent, Most High's going to cast them down in front of all of their congregation, man. And one way he's going to do that, by a lot of these false camps out there that's teaching that the MOTB is not the C hip, man. All right? Because once that thing gets mandated, it's going to bring a lot of dishonor upon a lot of leaders out there's head, man. All right? All right, let me jump over to the book of... I'm going to stay in Sirach, Salakia. Chapter 2. Wait, Salakia. Chapter 3. Book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 17. I'm going to close out with this, Lord willing. My son, go on with thy business in meekness. So shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. All right. Do what you got to do, in the truth and in the world, man. And in meekness, man. Don't lift yourself up, man. And this is what's going to cause you to be beloved by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Verse 18, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Right. Yahushua was the greatest man to ever walk the face of the earth, but he was still washing people's feet, man. All right? You really got to humble yourself, man. Verse 19, many are in a high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Right? Again, humility, meekness will take you a long way, right? In the spirit and, amongst men, man. But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say shalom and abad babal.